Alright, hey guys. Uh, I mostly came by. Grab the neck. Alright, I mostly came by because I was bored. It's like 5 in the morning for me. I should be sleeping right now, but I can't. For some reason, I've just been unable to sleep until like fucking 6 in the morning. You know, when I'm well past needed to go to sleep. It's like I just can't sleep until my brain's satisfied with whatever I do, which is most of the time just sitting around waiting for something to happen. Uh, so how was your guys' day? Me, pretty simple. Ain't really doing nothing. I like to check up on my channel just to see if anyone started watching videos. You know, to see if any uh change in numbers. Because one thing I find annoying is the factor of that, like, the only video that I get that ever reach anything above 30 views in a day is like Forsaken videos. Like, I always get like 100, 200, almost 300 views every single Forsaken video, even though the game is more unenjoyable than I would actually say Prison. I feel like going to jail would be more fun than that. The game feels like prison every single time I play it. With how borderline unfair it is to play any character. Oh my god, why Thunder Thighs? I swear, every single time I touch this game, I'm just given the worst stuff ever. I would just ignore it, but knowing how much I'm most likely going to need as much health as possible, I'm forced to take it. Because I haven't played this game in like 3 months. Literally the last time I touched it was in my isaacvid.mp4 video, which was 3 months ago. So I haven't touched this game in 3 months. Which I find crazy, because I have like 1,000 hours in this game. Yeah, I haven't played it in a long time. Speaking about high things, I was watching someone play level as a Noli. There was this guy that was a Noli main, and he had 400 levels. I remember seeing a video of that. Tell me why he was going against a guy with like 80 days of playtime. Forsaken cannot be that fun to where you have 80 days of playtime. Just to remind you, I've been around that game since March 25th, 2025. And I have only 20 days total. He has 4 times the amount of playtime on that than I do. Who would possibly play a game for that long? Not me, that's what. I'm trying to itch my nose. It's so itchy. Like, I get Forsaken as a joy all the time. Especially old Forsaken. But having 80 days of playtime, buddy, what are you doing? Unless bro is spending days worth of time just AFK in the hub area, there is no reason at all you should have 80 days of playtime. Alright, let's see here. Go ahead, I'll take for guaranteed double deals. And that's it. Maybe the wings. No, I already have Thunder Thighs. Uh, I can't remember what I was going to talk about. I might as well just mention my viewers. I love you guys for watching my videos. You guys are honestly the best. Especially the 32 people who are currently subscribed to me as I speak. You guys are probably the only reason why I continue making videos. Knowing that there's 32 people who are extremely willing to watch my content to the point of subscribing. That means a lot to me. Plus, every positive comment I get makes me more willing to play games that I'm most likely unwilling to play if it meant you guys enjoy it. So, I don't play games to do it for fun. I do it because I know that there's people out there who will actually wait for me to post content to then watch said content. Knowing that there's people out there just like that makes me feel a lot better about myself. Anyways, continuing on. Pride Month, June. It's that time. Is anyone here even remotely, like, what is your sexuality? Are you straight? Are you gay? Are you bisexual? You know, go ahead, it's Pride Month, go ahead and say what you want. You know, literally, Pride Month, I feel like it should be fair to talk about it. I honestly hate this fucking boss. Fallen, you are so annoying, I'm just going to use the Magician to kill you. Especially since how annoying you get during later parts of that, when you start spamming your attacks synchronizingly. I'm a walking tank build, I can use this. Sacrificial box, I don't have anything that I can use sacrificial box for. I'm pretty sure I had Brother Bobby in that devil room earlier. I have a friend that's asexual. If you guys watched my video about me making brownies, I talked about, my friend a lot in that video. Well, for a good portion. But she's asexual. Asexual, just to say it with more clearance, because I say it sloppily. But basically, to explain it as well as I can, she doesn't have any sexuality. She doesn't like any sexuality at all. And I find that actually surprising because I would never suspect my friend to ever be asexual. But again, it's just her thing, not my thing. Pretty plain and simple. Honestly, I find it funny how I had so many friends that are girls, but yet not one singular relationship. I've had so many friendships, but there's literally none that is relationships. Now, do I say that I need relationships? No. I think that studying is more important than being in relationships. I just believe that relationships bring more, joy in life. Having a proper relationship gives people joy, I'd say. Like, imagine this. You have a person that you like, that they like you, and you two will always be pretty much tagging along to anything. You basically have a permanent friend. Beyond friend, even. That you get to always be around, no matter what goes on, no matter what you do. It's just however long it lasts. It's so simple. All you do is just enjoy life with each other happily. Now, not all relationships are like that. I'd say that no relationships are like that, actually, nowadays. We need to bring back old relationships where people just went off of personality rather than looks. Because I get that looks are a key factor in liking someone, but when you're quite literally only looking for how they look, you pretty much don't care about anything else. You don't care about who they are, how they are. You only care about just how they look. Which I believe is such a stupid thing. Like, first off, biggest one out the way. How are you supposed to ever get through a relationship with someone when you're only going after their looks? You will not accomplish anything. You guys will just be in a constant stalemate. Pretty much. I'm pretty sure it's called being fluid, where you only care about their personality. I'm like that. Except I'm mostly straight and I like women. Now, I'm not going to talk about it further, mainly because my family's around. Me and my friend promised oath. Me and my friend that I talked about in my last video, or in my making brownies video. Also, that is a good way to find out my face reveal, in case you guys don't know. In that video, I explained a story that I will not re-explain. For the most part, I will probably not explain it ever again, or only during rare occasion. So basically, you will basically never see that story unless it's incredibly rare. You guys would need to hope that you guys get a glimpse of hearing it again. But I digress. I only liked her because of her personality. I didn't care about silly things like looks, money, body. No. She was just kind. That's all I needed. The kind of person who is seemingly just staying kind is a person that I tend to look for. If they are kind towards me and not just overwhelmingly a jerk, I like them more than anyone else. Also, I would probably... Hold on. Don't I have a... Go ahead. I was gonna say, I don't think I'll get this, because if I take damage, I'll lose my double deal, and I remembered. Oh yeah, doesn't go ahead prevent that from happening? I literally have a just-in-case option, and then forget about that just-in-case option. Also, seriously, Krampus's head. You could have gave me any item. You gave me... Literally, I would have been so happy with Lump of Coal. But you had to give me Krampus's head. The most useless active item in the entire game. It barely has its use. I feel like Spin to Win has better use. And all it does is give you speed for however long you use it. But now I will mention that I still do like women with a good body, but I don't intend for that to be my primary focus over something. Because of their body is not a good reason to care about something. Again, I mentioned it already. It's people who are not really paying attention. Personality. Look for that. Don't look for anything else. Looking for anything else should be like the secondary option. Like here's my listing of what I look for. 1, personality. 2, looks. 3, maybe money. And then 4, body, because you don't really need someone with, you don't need a swole man with a large appendage or a girl with a large rack. That's just looking for too much. It's more okay to look for something. You're more likely should look after the personality of a person more than the body of a person. Now, will I say that I'm saying that because of Christianity? No, I hate Christianity. I think it's the most forced upon religion. And seriously, Christians in quotation marks, you guys gotta stop shoving people into the religion. I get you like the religion, but it doesn't mean you need to shove it in everyone's face. You're going too far. Just give up. Put down the Bible. Put down all that you're trying to do on the Bible. There is other religions. You may not believe them, but it doesn't mean they're fake. There's no such thing as a wrong religion. Besides a cult, but that's not even a religion. Cults are just straight up fake religions. Like, obviously fake religions, not even like slightly seems wrong. And here's a fun fact. Christianity is the most likely used cult religion compared to anything else. It's always Christianity that's used in cults to try to convince people into believing it. Heaven's Gate is entirely focused around Christianity. That just shows how focused they are. Alright, I don't even have anything unlocked. For Mag. I was gonna say Maggie, but it's Magdalene. Oh wow, let me take Spectral Tears. For a character who doesn't need it. Alright, let's see here. River Cement, useless. Odd Mushroom, maybe useless. Useless. Wow, I was actually gonna take one of these just so I can get Boss Rush. But I guess it's gonna have to just be this. Yeah, just for all those Pride Month enjoyers, just remember that take on what you should look for in a person. Or at least what you should look for in a person when it comes to relationships. I'm an going back to religion stuff. I just don't like Christianity. I don't hate it, but I don't think hate should be a word for a religion unless it's a cult. But it's my least like. I get the idea of, do good deed, you get into a good place. Do bad deeds, go into bad place. But I feel like Buddhists explain it much more. They explain it in a way that just describes karma. You do something good's gonna happen to you. Do something bad's gonna happen to you. You know, it is simple karma. There's no need to make it some sort of, oh, you must follow your entire life around these small premises. Or, hey, you need to force yourself into these things to then enter this place. Rather, you can just accept life. Just be kind. You don't need to do much. There's not much to explain to be good. You just need to do good stuff. There's no such thing as needing to do something other than, like, the thing with Christians, they only are kind toward people because that's what they're trying to force themselves to do. In reality, most likely, most Christians, quote unquote, would just not care about human beings. They would honestly throw people under the bus if it meant for their own religion. Which pretty much just sounds cult-like. If people are basically betraying each other because they're, quote, not real Christians, that's just straight up cult activities. And also, you might as well point it out, because people like to frown upon this sort of religion, sadism, or Satanists. Not all Satanists are those ones that you think they're depicted as. You know, robe-wearing, ritual-doing that causes terrible things to everyone in sight. No, that's not them. They see Satan not as a powerful deity like how you expect them, giant evil being in the sky. They see him more as a sign of, I've been studying it, and the best I've heard of it is that they see him more as a sign of rebellion. An example is Lucifer. In the story with him, he rebels against heaven because they're just letting pretty much anyone upstairs just being heaven. And so he creates hell, or in this case, the underworld. So bad people can do bad. So bad people go to the underworld, who then get bad stuff to them. Satanists like that because it's a form of rebellion. A good way I can describe it is sort of like how I can describe protests. You don't like it, so you rebel against it. That's basically what Satanists see. They don't see it as some sort of ancient deity where you're trying to cause the end of the world via ritual. No, they just really like the idea of rebelling if needed. And I respect that. Now, to be fair, I will talk about something majorly important. What about those types of Satanists? The one I actually described. How you guys think they are. Now, if people are like that, you're doing too much. Fucking stop. There is a limit to religion. And that is pretty much the limit. If you start doing stuff like that, where you're doing all these creepy, evil rituals, you're doing too much. You gotta stop. I don't like those types of religions, where they go too far and do all these evil things. That's too much. You are literally terrible. And I hate my mother because of her insane beliefs in Christianity. For an example, she called FNAF a demonic game because of voice. That's right. It would have made sense with all the soul keeping, all these things with collecting souls and all that. But no, she hears the voice of the Mimic from Secret of the Mimic and thinks that's a demon. Motherfucker, that is a literal robot. that is just a clanker. Where in the actual fuck are you getting a demon from AI? I get people call AI evil, but I think you're doing too much if you say stuff like that. I was okay if she said stuff about, oh, containing souls. You know, yeah, Revenant isn't really explained in the series. Mainly because it's agony or something, like a mixture between agony and animatronic parts or something. I don't know. The series is not explained well at all. I always find that funny. You can't really explain the series well, because the developer, Scott Cawthon himself, said that he had no idea what he was doing. He was just making stuff off the top of his head. So then when he made all the games, they weren't lore entwined. He was just doing what he thought was fun. You're like, yeah, let's make a pizza simulator game. So what's the lore in that? There is none. Especially with newer games that literally don't have any lore that makes sense towards the first 6. You know, stuff like Security Breach and all that. Those games did not explain lore at all. You know, Security Breach up to Sierra the Mimic didn't explain lore at all. Like, literally, I could not say one moment where the lore sort of matched up. Like, when Pizza Sim was underneath... Like, Pizza Sim was underneath the fucking Security Breach pizzeria or something. Pizzaplex, whatever you want to call it. And more importantly, hold on. I just thought of something. Why is it called a pizzaplex when it's more like a giant mall? I get the term pizzaplex, you know, like a complex. But at that point, they were just making a mall. There was no shot that is just a pizzeria. Especially considering that when you see the pizzeria establishment underneath it, it makes less sense. Because what the fuck was happening? Like, there was no lore explained at all. Everything was just, like, misentwined. Honestly, I have so much health, I can definitely see doing this. Plus, what else am I going to do with my keys and coins? If I lose, at least I got most of my stuff done. If I win, I got an extra completion mark done. It's a win-win. At least I did this. I get this if I actually try. What the fuck? Book of... What was it? Book of Homing or Heart? Yeah. Telepathy for dummy. Bro, how is there 2 rocks in the same room? Yeah, Halo is an obvious pick for me. All stats up. I'm no longer as slow as a tortoise. I finally have that movement speed that I always needed. I don't know if I should bring Book of Belial or Telepathy. You know, I'll bring Belial for more damage. If I play right, I don't really need homing. First, I'm not talking about homing. I got hit by a homing bullet. Okay, I need to lock in already. If I'm already struggling against literally the first phase, I am not locked in. I will probably be silent for this part because I want to actually try to win this. You know, I sort of want to talk as well, but sure, I'll try to talk. I remember having a strange fucking dream once. I remember I was with my family in a mall. We went to do something, and then, like, everyone got lost. And then, like, I found my mom, And then we went to like this bar that was like a gay bar or something. And then I found my sister in like a fucking elevator shaft. But like it wasn't my sister, and it was like the fucking Davey Does Tutorials guy. I don't even know what the fuck was happening in my dream. I just remember it, and I'm like, what the fuck is my dreams about? All dreams have meaning. My dreams. Literally just that one meme. Just all dreams have meaning, and then the dreams I get. What the fuck is that meaning? What the fuck does that dream even mean? Because we had Roblox Energy, gay bar, everyone gets lost. What the fuck was my dreams about? What the hell happens in my dreams? Yeah, no, I cannot dodge this. Yeah, no, there's no ways I can physically dodge this. Hey guys. Holy shit, there's a lot of you. Hey, so remember when I said that like I had a lot of health and I could deal this? I already have half my health gone, and we're only like 2/3 of the way through the boss fight. I'm gonna have to make some mad plays. Yeah, no, I cannot avoid that attack. You have to rely on hope. Dude. Just die. Just die. I'm gonna shank you in the back repeatedly. Please stop moving. Purity. I actually, in my first playthrough that I have on my PlayStation 4 account, I did not have that achievement or that item. So that's the first for me. Alright, I didn't even take this. Just 5 free bombs. Why did I not take it? Sure, they're homing bombs, but like, let's be real here. You never use homing bombs or any bombs as their intended purpose. No matter how much they tell you that it's better off as a weapon now, you end up never using it as said weapon. Really, game? Really? Yeah, I am like incredibly scared now because I have 5 hearts and I'm in an area that I otherwise never be in. I usually go to Shoal. So going to Cathedral fucks with me. Because I have basically barely remembered anything in here. But yeah, back on Bike by Night, I remember it's been like 3 weeks ever since maintenance broke out. Bro, when is maintenance gonna be done? I've been waiting weeks now. I've been waiting for the puppet, man. I was so ready to see what the puppet does, you know? You can only imagine what the puppet could do. How long is this run? 30. I checked it and it was at. I checked the time. It was at 3333. 33 minutes and 33 seconds. I hate that ball so much. The one that breaks apart into many different smaller versions. It's just impossible to dodge for me because then he fills up the entire screen. And then I get guaranteed hit. I hate Greed. I don't know if that was Lost Fly or if Greed got insanely unlucky with how he was traversing. Because he walked the exact same path as... Oh my god, he walked the same exact path and just died on the spot. Lost Fly is putting up so much work. I love Lost Fly. Lost Fly is the go. Crazy Clutcher. We need an item in the Binding of Isaac that every single time an enemy hits you, you get slowed. I don't know if it's in the game or not, but like I'd love to see that. Oh, there's like a pimple on my nose that I'm like trying to scrape off. don't know if it's a zit or a pimple, but either way, it's really fucking annoying. That's the answer. Crazy hamburger. I don't know why, but I saw that recently because like the new Lego Batman game is out, and they made a joke about that where like the guy that's like dressed up like the Joker holding like a burger. Oh my god, my cat is like wanting to be let inside. He goes through a window. Hold on, let me let him inside. Yeah, my bad. He was just caught. He just randomly came back. You guys probably heard the loud screeching on the window he does every single time he wants to be let inside. And how am I supposed to land shots when he shoots at me at the same time I shoot at him? Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger! Like, I can only think about that one click. Like, that one quip. Quip? Slip. Just, crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger! And he's just like holding a burger that's smoking. Like, what the fuck was that guy doing? Honestly, I almost have, what is it, Fly Baby? No, it's Beelzebub. I almost have Beelzebub. I have 2 fly items. The local McDonald's employee. If I ever get rich, I won't make it obvious, but there will be signs. The McDonald's employee watching me walk inside after the 5th time they've dealt with me as I asked for 5 million nuggets. They've done this 87 more times throughout all of the last 3 weeks. They're preparing like mountains of nuggets. I wonder if like a millionaire showed up at a place and asked for 5 million nuggets, do you think they'll just give up? Do you think they'll just be like, no, you cannot get this, sir? Oh yeah, wasn't there a person that ate like 2,000 McDonald's nuggets and got paralyzed from like the waist down from the amount of McNuggets that they were eating? They didn't give a McFuck about what's going on. I don't get why I find that funny. They don't give a McFuck about what's going on. Anyways, I like sweet tea. I'm gonna get a sip. I have a sip. I have a cup full of sweet tea. Shit's good. Bro, I feel like brain rot's gone too far. Remember when back when Rabbids Invasion was the fucking brain rot for children, like 2018? Man, I loved Rabbids Invasion. That shit was a fucking fever dream. I had no idea what was going on. Also, how did I get Fun Guy? Oh yeah, I have Blue Cap, Odd Mushroom, and Mini Mush. Okay. Alright, I think I could just fight Blue Baby. That's what I'm talking about. You got decent damage on him with that. Hopefully sniped in the end. I'm not fighting Delirium. I'm sorry, but I will not be fighting Delirium. And I will end this video off here. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.